But sometimes you have that situation where you have a team that's doing well and suddenly it's jinxed, right? It happens in professional sports, like you were saying, and you know that they are top players and you know they gel well with each other, and then suddenly nothing works. And we can see that in like soccer world championships, for example, right? Best players, they're used to playing together, they win, and then suddenly everything falls apart. And I really like his attitude to say, well, if I know I have these good players on the team, I'll just leave them alone and it's going to fix. It's going to get fixed over time. Maybe I can encourage them and that will help. I actually think that sometimes you have to create a little bit of positive stress in that situation. It kind of depends on what the situation is. So if I see that the team is aware of a problem and is working the problem and they're competent to do it, then I totally support his approach. Sometimes, however, I think teams can get kind of lost in the situation, even if they are very professional otherwise. And sometimes it really helps to wake them up, right? Like Gordon Ramsay always comes to my mind, and I'm not saying be like Gordon Ramsay, but for those who don't know, Gordon Ramsay is a very famous cook, a chef, and he also has some TV shows, and he's known for really going off on the other chefs, like his sous chefs. And he's overdoing it, of course, but what I like sometimes is his energy that he brings to it, because he's really saying like, oh my God, can you please stop it now, get your head in the game and start doing it correctly, right? And it's just this admonition, this like putting a little bit of pressure behind it, that then gets people out of their funk and gets them moving again. And so this is a very fine line to move, right? Will you act like Professor Shine, as he did here, or will you pull out Gordon Ramsay, right? And I think it's very helpful to have those kind of reactions ready as a leader and then pull them out when the situation demands it, right? Because you could do what he did and it could happen that the team never gets out of the funk and you just need to rally them, right? You need to bring out that inner Ramsay and to get them to get back in the game. But you could also overdo it and then just frustrate everyone more because already the situation isn't going well and then the boss is yelling at you and then it's not going to get better.
I think it also depends on the personality of the employees, because some people are like a little bit softer and can't handle stress very well. So I think if you put even more pressure on them in a not so nice way, it can affect the completely opposite. So like you said, I think it's good to have both in mind and choose how to deal with it in the right situation and with this kind of employees.
Yeah, absolutely. Context is for kings, right? So always make sure that you don't just have one approach, but can like read the situation and then react to it accordingly.